Muggle Quidditch, or Ground Quidditch, was founded at Middlebury College in 2005 and is based off of the fictional game Quidditch featured in the popular Harry Potter books by J.K. Rowling. In the following years, word of the game traveled fast among college campuses and drew attention from the media. The growing popularity called for a need of regulation. In September 2007, the Quidditch Committee was formed by 10 students who wrote and distributed the first official rulebook. The Quidditch Committee later evolved into the International Quidditch Association, or IQA. By 2008, Quidditch had reached Emerson College.
Can you tell me about this past Quidditch season?
This past Quidditch season, we had, it's new because we had 5 teams playing instead of the usual 4. We did 5 games this semester, House League games. We also had the World Cup team that went to the World Cup and several World Cup practices.
Can you tell me about the World Cup this year?
The World Cup, okay. The World Cup was held in New York City. 46 teams from across Canada and the United States came, including Emerson. It was at Clinton DeWitt Park, which is right in the middle of New York City. 2-day tournament. First day, each team played 3 games. Second day, each team was single elimination, so if you lost, you were gone. Emerson made it to the second day. We made it to the quarterfinal round, but unfortunately, in a very close match, we lost to Tufts. Though we lost there, we had a wonderful time. Met some phenomenal people and just had a really great experience representing Emerson and playing Quidditch in the middle of New York City.
Can you tell me about the growth of Quidditch on Emerson's campus?
It's pretty substantial. It began in the, spring of 2008 with 14 players doing it as a floor event for fun with the dowels from their curtains in their dorm rooms between their legs. So it went from 14. That fall they had about 50 people sign up to play. The following year it grew to 150, and this year we have 250 members. I wouldn't be surprised if we got to 350 by next year. It just continues to grow, and it's gone from just 4 House League teams to 5. We also have developed a media department, a photography department, a marketing department, a treasurer. We're going to have a secretary. We're going to have a vice president. Equipment manager, refereeing teams, snitch teams. It's a huge organization. It's a 14-person board. It's just grown exponentially, and it's wonderful.
The Quidditch League has grown from 8 intramural teams at Middlebury College to over 400 college and 300 high school teams. Though most of the teams are based in the U.S., Quidditch is gaining popularity internationally, spreading to countries such as Canada, Mexico, the United Kingdom, South Korea, and Australia. Emerson College is considered to be the number 2 team in the league. Efforts by the IQA to legitimize and regulate Muggle Quidditch make the possibility of the game becoming an NCAA sport feasible.
It makes me nervous because I think some of the greatest things about Quidditch are that it can be sporting and has these sports elements from it, and it's physical and athletic, but that it's also got this fantastical, magical element. And I think that's what makes Quidditch unique, is that it has this element, and I worry that if we were to become an NCAA sport, we would lose this element, which I think is what makes us so special and fun.
It can't be recognized as a sport. It can't start being a big thing, especially because, again, I mentioned the brooms, and the brooms are very dangerous to be running around with. I have no idea how somebody hasn't gotten injured yet, like badly. And I've heard that some people have gotten injured badly, and I know it happens in many games, but you see in other games people trying to diminish the level of injuries, I guess. Like in football, you see helmets, and especially now with football, all the controversy. In soccer, you see shin pads. In baseball, you see helmets, etc. And in Quidditch, what you have a broom that's gonna badly injure somebody someday.
Okay. What do you think about Quidditch possibly becoming an NCAA sport?
I think there's a really high possibility because, especially with the way Emerson treats it, it is a spectacle, but we also try to legitimize everything. And I think I think if it does become a sport, I think Emerson will be a major voice in that.
If Quidditch becomes an NCAA sport, I honestly think that's just dumb because it's based off a book. It's not real. If something as, we'll say, Ultimate Frisbee, for instance, that's not a sport. I feel like that's more of a sport than Quidditch.
For JR200, this is Andrea Owalia.